Imagine waking up one day and immigration officers are knocking at your door. You're being told to pack your things and leave the Philippines immediately. No trial. Could this happen? Every day, foreigners are denied entry at airports, detained or deported. In 2024, 3,300 foreigners were turned away for being classified as undesirable aliens. In 2023, the number was a bit higher. 3,359 foreigners were turned away. But who exactly are these undesirable aliens and what did they do? Or what laws did they violate? Let's break it down. We've established this. Not all foreigners are welcome in the Philippines. Here's how it works. We have exclusion, deportation, and blacklisting. Excluded, these are foreigners who are denied entry. They're being turned away at airports. Deportation, they're already here, but they broke some laws or they did some violations. Now they're being told to leave. And then blacklisting, that's when somebody is banned from entering the country. So let's go on who gets excluded or blacklisted. So for exclusion, we have very specific list for that as per immigration laws. Although we have a very easy system, right? When it comes to visa, we have one of the most lenient tourist visa system in the world. Citizens from over 150 countries can enter. They can stay here visa-free for 30 days and that tourist status can be extended up to 3 years. There's a number of foreigners who actually live here on a tourist visa. However, immigration has very strict rules when it comes to naughty foreigners. We have what we call exclusion. So who are not allowed to enter the Philippines? Number one are those foreigners with criminal records involving moral turpitude. So we're talking about very serious crime. Murder, rape, fraud, human trafficking. And number one on that list that are always getting excluded are registered sex offenders. In 2024, 137 of them were denied entry. So how long is the record have to be relevant? I don't know. I would suggest though that if you have a serious criminal record that involves moral turpitude, perhaps it's better to get touch with the Bureau of Immigration to check if you have a derogatory record or if you are allowed entry. Second is those who are considered public charge are not allowed. Who are they? They are those who are deemed financial burden. They're not capable of sustaining their stay in the Philippines. Majority of the foreigners who are excluded are actually under this category, public charge. So how does an immigration officer assess if someone doesn't have financial capability? It's not like we're all carrying bank statements. We didn't apply for a visa. We just entered the country visa-free. Okay, so here are the things that they will look at. Someone might be a public charge if they cannot prove financial capacity for their stay, if they lack a clear travel itinerary or accommodation details, if the immigration asks them what's your purpose in the country and they can't answer, or they act suspicious or their answers are vague. Another sign is that when someone doesn't have an onward or outbound ticket. Take ticket, Jennifer, a lot of foreigners enter the Philippines with just a one-way ticket. That's true. That's true. However, there are cases when they can use that as a reason not to allow you entry. Take these 3 Malaysians for an example. In 2023, the Bureau of Immigration kicked out 3 Malaysians. They were turned away for 2 reasons. They were uttering insulting and unpleasant words against immigration officers, or just asking them to show an outward or return tickets, which they did not have. While the immigration supervisors were explaining them why this is needed, they got angry and rude. So they got blacklisted. Again, being denied entry for simply not having an onward or outward ticket is very rare. But if it's coupled with other reasons like being rude, yes, they can use that as a reason not to let you in. Another common reason for people to get excluded, this is related to the previous reason, rude and disrespectful foreigners. Believe it or not, arrogance can get you kicked out. So what does rude mean anyway? Like, how do you define that? Not saying po or not calling them ma'am or sir? Not that. It's when somebody yells, mocks, insults immigration officers. Being rude to an immigration officer is like insulting a waiter before your food arrives. Does not normally end well. These rude travelers are usually drunk, they're rowdy, and they don't like it when immigration officers ask them questions. According to the immigration, while officers are trained for maximum tolerance, it is against the law to disrespect immigration officers. Offenders may be excluded and blacklisted. That's right. Say somebody's rude, okay, you're not allowed. They're not just excluded, but they're also blacklisted. It means maybe they've been a good boy and they return again. Oops, you're on the blacklist, can't enter. In 2013, 133 foreigners were turned away for being rude. In 2020, there were 180 of them. Even though 2020 was a year of pandemic and not a lot of foreigners entered the country. That's still a big number. Who are the top offenders? Chinese, Americans, and Koreans. So please be respectful in your dealings with the immigration, guys. I know sometimes bureaucracy irks you, like it's annoying. Or maybe you feel like the system is too difficult. In that case, let your money work for you. Hire an agency to extend your visa or deal with the immigration for you. It's that simple. There are other groups who are also specifically excluded or not allowed entry. They are wanted fugitives. For obvious reasons, they're being hunted. Suspected international terrorists. Idiots. I don't know how do you define this. Idiots. Those with very serious medical issues, especially contagious. So when somebody is deported, normally they're also blacklisted. So we'll put this together, deportation and blacklisting. So when someone is blacklisted, they can't enter the Philippines unless they have that blacklisting lifted. And that process itself is long, complicated, and expensive. Who gets deported or blacklisted? Usually foreigners who overstay on their visas. If you overstay for less than 6 months, okay, you come up, you pay your fees, you're okay. They won't blacklist you. But people who overstay for significantly long periods of time, so for example 2 years, they haven't been paying. Every month that you overstay, your fees increase, the penalties increase. There are cases where foreigners have to pay 200,000, 300,000 for their penalties and they can't pay it. They self-deport and they are blacklisted. So until they pay their fees and apply for the lifting of that blacklisting, they can't enter. So very simple, stay up to date with your visa extensions. Another reasons why people are blacklisted if they violate laws in the Philippines. So for example, marriage law. Adultery and concubinage, they are criminal offenses in the country. Complaints from a spouse may lead to cancellation of your visa, deportation, and blacklisting. A notable example to this is Charlton William Sidney. He is a 72-year-old British guy. He was arrested at a beach resort in Bantayan, Cebu by immigration agents. According to them, his 13A visa has been cancelled and he has been declared undesirable alien. What did Charles do? Charles first had a visa cancelled, so he was unlawfully staying here. Second, his estranged Filipino wife accused him of physical, emotional, and psychological abuse while they were living together. According to the wife, he was targeting poor women into sleeping with him in exchange of money. So the Bureau of Immigration stated that there was enough reason to believe that this foreigner was harmful to public welfare, and he posed a risk to the public. So as a result, his visa was cancelled, he was deported, and then blacklisted. Yeah, he trifecta. The BI press release, whether he charged Jennifer with concubinage or violence against women case, It's not clear. Just based off the Bureau of Immigration press release, his wife filed a complaint, the immigration investigated, they believed it, and so he was deported. When someone receives, the question is, can any Filipino just report you to immigration and kick you out of the country? Of course not. We can't just kick you out. It's not a weapon. However, if there is solid evidence of, for example, abuse, or let's say you worked on a tourist visa, yes, that can get you deported and blacklisted. Another example of that was a popular actress, Pokwang, who filed a deportation request to the immigration for his estranged husband. She claimed that he was working under a tourist visa. The immigration looked at it and, yep, confirmed he was deported. This guy even had a child in the Philippines. So final words, guys. Follow the rules or face the consequences. The Philippines upholds strict immigration policies to safeguard everyone's safety, right? Your stay in the country is a privilege, not a right. Your legal rights in your home country are different here. Stay out of trouble, keep a low profile. I know a lot of you who are watching are good guys and you're here for legitimate reasons, so don't worry. Another reason to stay on the good side of immigration is to apply for a visa that matches your real intent. If you intend to have business here, please get a visa that allows you to do business and work here. Some foreigners, I arrived here on a balikbayan privilege. Can I work? No. Balikbayan privilege does not include work rights. Another option is if you are married to a Filipina, if let's say she's a former Filipino, then she can apply for a 13G visa and have you as a dependent. 50 years old and above can apply for SRRV. There is also an SIRV or investor visa if you're willing to put in 75,000 of business here. There's 13 quota visa, kind of limited. You can make your inquiries with accredited migration agents. Stay informed, stay compliant, and enjoy your time in the beautiful Philippines. If you find this video helpful, please leave a like, subscribe to the channel, and God bless you all. Tell me what you think. Bye.